Hello everyone, and welcome to another Tasty Squad review. Today we'll be looking at Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'm the Tasty Nosnibor, and today I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm not going to have points that I'm going to try and hit, and positives and negatives. I'm simply going to talk about the game and go from there. Well, first of all, I just want to say that Syndicate, it alleviates Ubisoft of all Assassin's Creed sin. I know we all fell for the trap that was Assassin's Creed Unity, and we were all, let's just say, we were molested by that game. It was so god awful. In fact, Unity was so bad that I myself claim to be done with the Assassin's Creed franchise. And I can honestly say that I did not pick up Syndicate until just a couple months ago, because I finally decided that, it's time to give them a chance again. It took several months after the release of Syndicate, and a lot of friends telling me that, no, John, it's actually good. So I got it, and I started playing it. And in one mission, I already liked Syndicate more than the entirety of Unity. And I gotta say that all the pain I had felt from Assassin's Creed was gone. So bravo, Ubisoft. Way to wash away your sin with Syndicate. So in Syndicate, this time, for the first time in the Assassin's Creed series, well, not the first time, but the first time like this, you play as two characters within the game. Now, you do play as two characters in Assassin's Creed 3, you play as Haytham and Connor, but those are both for set intervals of the game. But here you can switch between each character, Jacob and Evie Fry, at will, as long as you're not doing one of their said story missions. And both characters are great. I really enjoyed both of them. They had two unique personalities, so it felt justified having two characters in this game. They weren't just carbon copies of the same thing. Jacob was more about in-your-face attacking, kill all Templars, not thinking his actions through, just in-your-face, whipping ass, and fucking shit up. While Evie was more in the sideline. She liked to hang back, make a plan, and she was focused more on obtaining the pieces of Eden than simply eliminating the Templar threat. While both wanted to do it, she thought that that would be the best way. So gameplay style, they differ as well. Again, with their personalities, their gameplay style matches it. Jacob has higher attack power. His perks are built more towards putting multiple enemies down quicker. He has better accuracy with the guns. He's overall just built to run and gun and break shit up. Where Evie's perks lie in her stealth abilities by being allowed to carry extra throwing knives, extra poison darts, things of that nature. And her sneak skill can be upgraded to the max, which is actually really cool, because when you upgrade it to the max, if you're standing completely still, you actually turn invisible. So while there is two main characters in the game, it does feel justified, and they do feel different enough to be their own selves. Now, one thing that I didn't like about this, though, is Evie, in terms of the story, felt almost like a side character, though. I myself played as Evie more often than Jacob. In fact, I only really played as Jacob when the story required me to. But story-wise, Evie had a lot less involvement to do with the securing of London than Jacob did. I mean, Jacob was the one that wanted to take out the Templars. Jacob was the one that set up the Rooks. He just did a lot more to actually help save London than Evie did. Evie's main focus was on finding the certain piece of Eden in this game. Not that that's bad, because it's equally as important to the story, but it just felt like, one, there was less missions with her, and she was often the less focused in the story. More things that unraveled the story involved Jacob than involved Evie. But besides that, both were great, both had their perks, and I enjoyed playing as both of them. Also, this game had a ton And I mean a ton of shit to do. I mean so many damn things to do that I honestly got tired of this game. That I got to a certain point where I just said, okay, no more of this. I'm just gonna plow through the story missions so I can finish it, because I am so done with Assassin's Creed at this point. And not that that's a bad thing. In fact, it's a game so loaded with content that you can actually play this game like you would play another RPG, because you can play it for a while, then take a break, then come back to it. And I still myself, I 80%ed it on my first playthrough, but I feel like I still have at least 5 to 10 hours of content left, and I probably put in 35 hours in this overall gameplay. So you definitely get your money's worth with this game, because there is so much to do. You can free the districts, there's several side characters you meet along the way that you can do missions for. You can always do missions in the Thames, which is the river area of the map that gives you quick money and supplies. And it's just so great to have so much to do. You never feel bored in this game, because there's always something to do. And you meet great historical figures like Charles Dickens, Charles Darwin, Karl Marx. So many great historical figures of the time, Queen Victoria. They're all there, and they're all great. And they have the dreadful crimes, which you really feel like an inspector. It almost feels like something out of the Batman Arkham games, because you really gotta look at the evidence and talk to the characters and really know what people's motives are. So not only was there a lot to do, but it all felt different, which was great. And London itself is a beautiful city. The only thing I hate about it was the Thames section, because it's basically just a giant ass river that cuts the city in half, and it's a pain in the ass to get across, because God help you if there's not a perfect sequence of boats that you can jump through from time to time. And it's just a pain in the ass to struggle, but that's a minor gripe with the game. Yeah, it's just a minor gripe. Now I hear the Jack the Ripper DLC is excellent. I myself have not played it. I do plan on playing it, just not right now. I need a little break from Syndicate after putting so much hours into it the past month. In fact, besides this, all I've played the past month is just online when I play with the rest of Tasty Squad. So this is pretty much all John's been playing, so I need a break. The story in this one is actually really good. Again, unlike Unity, where it ceased to be that the story could be summed up in one sentence, and that sentence was, "Elise, please get on your knees," to actually having cool characters. I felt that this time around, making the Templars fictional characters instead of trying to base them on real historical characters, that they could do so much more with that. Because in the past, they had these characters, but they also had to adhere them to what actually happened in history. But here, it was full blown. They could do whatever they wanted with the characters. And Crawford Sterrick, the main bad guy of the whole game, oh, it was great. He had the perfect Tweedly mustache. He would go calm to crazy. He was the perfect Victorian era villain. I could not picture anyone better filling these shoes. Oh, the final boss fight with him is awesome. It's fucking great. It may not be the best played, but how it plays out is wonderful. It is simply wonderful. It ends almost the same way that in Devil May Cry 3, when Virgil and Dante gang up on Arkham. It has that kind of finish to it, and it is great. A couple things that bothered me about this game, though. One, while there was a lot to do, and I know I just said there's a lot of different things to do, but there's not that many when it comes to, say, something like freeing the districts. The missions are unique, but the freeing the districts things, those got a little stale, because it was always bounty hunt, Templar hunt, save the kids. And you just basically had to do that over and over again until the district was saved. And that got kind of old real quick, because you were doing the same thing over and over again. However, one new thing that Syndicate added that not really any of the other Assassin's Creed had was an upgrade system. And the upgrade system was really unique. There was actually experience and leveling up in this one, and it gave it a little bit of an RPG flair, which I really liked, because you really felt like throughout the game you were getting stronger, unlike previous Assassin's Creed titles where you just got better weapons as the game went on. No, here you actually get better skills, better weapons, more to do, and you gain new equipment along the way. I really like the upgrade system, and it's interesting how it worked, because the max level was 10, and how you leveled up was you had to spend a certain number of experience points or skill points. For every 1,000 experience points, you got a skill point. And when you spend a certain number of skill points, you will level up. And once you leveled up, not only did you have better skills that you could use at your arsenal, but at the same time, you can now get better equipment to add to your arsenal as well. So not only were you stronger in a skill sense, but you were also stronger in a gadget sense, and a weapon sense. And it, like I said, it really felt like your character was growing. And this game is probably my favorite Assassin's Creed to date now. It just has so much to offer. There's so much I liked about it and so little that I dislike. I'm sure anyone that's a fan of Assassin's Creed will know that these games are filled with content, and more often than not it's just the same. But here in Syndicate, it's a new, fresh way that it does it. It's not your same run-of-the-mill Assassin's Creed. It really feels like it captured the formula, but added a lot of new flair to it. Although I don't like the changes they made to the combat, I do like the new weapons, the kukris, and the threaded cane, or not the threaded canes, the cane swords, and the brass knuckles all felt really smart. And it really felt like those are weapons an assassin would use because they're easily concealed. In fact, this is the first Assassin's Creed where you weren't just walking around with giant-ass swords on your back or hip. And that was really smart, because no typical assassin would just walk around with his weapon out like that. This one actually made sense. Jacob and Evie actually looked like they were just regular people. They did not look like assassins in the world. So that was really smart of them. Although I didn't like how you had to hit enemies into the stun mode, to which they would just bend over like they were about to take it in the ass or something before you could execute it. I know the Assassin's Creed games were never known for their difficulty, but I'm sorry, I miss the counter kill. I liked being able to just totally demolish a group of people and whip their ass. But overall, guys, Syndicate was a wonderful experience. I loved it from start to finish, and I gotta recommend it to anyone that loves Assassin's Creed or sandboxers. Trust me, I know Unity was bad, but give Syndicate a chance. My final score for this is an 8 out of 10 for Syndicate. It was a damn good game, so pick it up. And guys, thank you so much for viewing another Tasty Squad review. Thank you for all that you do to support us. Please give us a like, a subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you next time here on Tasty Squad. Stay tasty, my friends.